the Yankees this season. Oh my god. It is terrible right now. Last week I made a video where I actually showed some optimism. Say goodbye to that optimism. If you wanted to see me throw things last time, yeah. This team is terrible. If the pitching's there, the hitting isn't. When the offense is alive, the bullpen will find a way to blow it. Or this time around, Luke Voit, as usual, as good of a hitter as he may be, he's as effective at first base as if his feet were stapled to the ground. This team is absolutely embarrassing. There's no other way to put it. Honestly, I really hate to say this because I do really love my Yankees, but this season is dead. Honestly, just say goodbye to any kind of hope. Maybe they do get lucky and make the playoffs as an 8th seed. Maybe it'll be like the baseball version of the 1999 New York Knicks for all I know, but don't expect that because this team doesn't even deserve to make the playoffs right now. This game right now had a 6-2 lead going into the 6th inning. Chad Green loads the bases, and the Blue Jays, they were grinding out at bats, but then Luke Voit makes a really costly error at first base, takes him out of the game. Adam Ottavino comes in, and he blows it open. It's getting old now. Now, I'm sure there are plenty of people blaming Aaron Boone for a lot of this mess, and truthfully, there's really not much he could do about this, if anything at all. Now, I don't agree with the decision to just give DJ LeMahieu some rest. He already missed 3 weeks. He doesn't need rest. He needs to be in the lineup. And the other day, he's throwing Clark Schmidt into fire when, I don't know why Luis Cessa wasn't available. Now, I'm not crazy about Luis Cessa, but I definitely trust him more than Clark Schmidt, who's never even pitched a major league game. And Clark Schmidt absolutely the bed. Now, last week I said I'm not giving up on Garrett Cole. Well, I'm still not. Up until the 6th inning, he did fine. But then, Dairo Estrada's error, and, well, he was still responsible for a lot of those runners, but Dairo Estrada's error was also something that really cost the Yankees. He did give up that home run to DJ Stewart, so that's his fault. And pretty much all of his runs given up, almost all of them, have been on home runs. Hanser Alberto reaching on that throwing error by Dairo Estrada. Then Chase Sisco struck out afterwards. But then Garrett Cole lost command. He walked the next 2 batters. And then the single to center field from Ryan Mountcastle. I think I said his name right, did I? And Rio Ruiz hitting a ground rule double. Pedro Severino scoring was an unearned run. And same with Mountcastle. So yeah, Garrett Cole still only gave up 1 run, and he struck out 10 batters in this game. And I made a mistake in my last video. I said Garrett Cole has 12 strikeouts in his last 2 starts. He actually had 16, so make that 26 in his last 3. So at least that's a good thing. But I still have a lot more bad to say about this team than good. Yesterday, Masahiro Tanaka. It's actually Tanaka, by the way, not Tanaka. Trust me, I know I'm Japanese. I do speak Japanese, but let's not get off topic. He only gave up 1 earned run. And then Miguel Andujar. Now, Miguel Andujar has been hitting really well. He was 3 for 4 yesterday, and he hit a home run today. I just stopped watching this game, but I don't know what he's going to do. I don't really care either, but at least he's swinging the bat pretty well in these last couple games. But defensively, he's been putrid since day 1, and that's definitely not going to change. I'm sorry to say it, but Miguel Andujar cannot play third base. And it's unfortunate that Gio Urshela is hurt, so they really have no choice but to play either LeMahieu or Andujar at third base, as much as we'd rather have Gio. But this is what happens when you have this many injuries. You're left without choices. Now, from what I hear, Giancarlo Stanton is running the bases and getting pretty close to returning. And boy, do we need him back. But just him alone isn't going to save the season. Even though he's a very good player, and hey, when Aaron Judge comes back, that'll be nice, but still, this season, I'm sorry to say it, but the Yankees suck. There's just no other way to say it. And please spare me the "you're not a true fan" comments, please, because you can be a true fan and not be a homer. I do love the Yankees. I'm going to ride or die with this team until the day that I die. But I can also be honest and keep it 100 about this team. This season is just a lost season. That's all I can say. I mean, hopefully I'm wrong and hopefully things do turn around. That'd be really nice. But if I'm being brutally honest, which I have to be, I just don't see it happening. And Gary Sanchez, I've been trying really hard to defend him. I want to defend him more, but sorry. I cannot defend you so much more when you strike out almost 40% of the time you're up at the plate. In fact, I'm starting to even forget when the last time he even saw some action was. Like, when was it again? He hasn't played in like 4 days, and honestly, he doesn't deserve it. If you're going to be a strikeout machine like that, sorry, you don't deserve to play. No matter what you've done in the past, and oh boy, do I miss 2016 and 17 Gary Sanchez. My last video when I held up that Gary Sanchez jersey, I'm going to admit something. That was actually originally my Robinson Cano jersey from back when I was in high school. But when Gary Sanchez started raking in 2016, I felt so glad I kept that thing because I got to wear it again and just say it was a Gary Sanchez jersey. But I'm not wearing that with pride anymore right now. No. Because he sucks this year. As much as I want to root for him, and I've defended him quite a lot in the past, this year I just can't defend him. I wish there was a solution to this, but I don't know. I'm not a coach or anything, but I'll just tell you, this is very frustrating to have to watch as a fan. Clint Frazier, though. At least Clint Frazier has proven that he belongs in the big leagues, and it is not something that I'm very happy to know that he's had to rot in the minors for as long as he has when he's proven that he is a capable major league player. When Judge and Stanton are back, have Stanton DH and have Frazier in left field because, sorry, even though Clint Frazier is actually playing pretty well in right field this year, sorry, if Aaron Judge is healthy, no one is taking his spot in right field from him. That's Aaron Judge's position, period. But, while Clint Frazier was bad in the outfield in the past, this year he's actually shown that he's capable. This is one of my few positive things I could say. And Brett Gardner, he's as good as done. He does not belong on the field anymore. In fact, I don't even remember the last time he played. He hasn't played in a couple of days, and he's 4 for his last 18 this month. I was just so frustrated that I even forgot Brett Gardner actually did play today. And he went 0 for 5, so yeah, he proves it even more to me that he's got to go. He's as good as done. He's washed up. Last year he may have had a bounce back year, but this year he's absolute garbage. He doesn't even belong in the major leagues anymore. He is that bad this year. Mike Ford and Mike Tauchman, both guys who looked like they were steals last year. However, this year they're really starting to show that they're not that good and that they overachieved last year. Now, yes, those pictures comparing Mike Ford's swing to Babe Ruth, yes, that was funny, but let's be real. Mike Ford sucks. He does not belong. And Mike Tauchman looked like he was a gem last year. And for some of this year, he looked like he might actually be reliable. But he ended up coming back down to earth and showed that he really is a scrub. And defensively last year, he looked like he was really good. He looked like he was a gem in the outfield last year. But this year, he hasn't even been good defensively. And also, Thairo Estrada and Tyler Wade, those guys, they both suck. They can't even hit a beach ball. I mean, Tyler Wade, yeah, he can run, and he's versatile defensively, but he can't even hit a beach ball. But even on the bases, he's as fast as the wind, but against the Mets, he fell asleep on the bases when he was a pinch runner. Yeah, of course, the Yankees are just going to find somehow, some way to lose a game, no matter what. Well, it was actually Britton and Chapman that really blew that game. It didn't help that Tyler Wade just fell asleep on the bases. At least after this season, several contracts are going to be up, and they'll have $100 million or somewhere around that it's going to be left off the table and that they can go spend. And I'll be happy to bring back Masahiro Tanaka at a discount. And this year, overall, Tanaka has actually pitched pretty well. He's actually been a bright spot for this team, which the Yankees haven't had so many of since the 9-1 start. James Paxton, if we can bring him back cheap, sure, but if you have to overpay him, don't. Because although I do believe he's an above average pitcher, he's not worth overpaying. In fact, Zach Wheeler is more worth overpaying than James Paxton. In fact, Zach Wheeler is actually pitching really well for the Phillies this year, and I may even talk about that in a future video. Giraffe Neck Mark was right about him. Yes, overpaid, but the Phillies actually needed to make that move, and James Paxton is just not that type of pitcher. Yes, he's above average, but no, he's definitely not worth overpaying for anybody. As for DJ LeMahieu, please re-sign him. Please re-sign him. J Happ, though, bye. Good riddance. You suck. We definitely won't miss you. And I didn't want to re-sign J Happ in the first place in 2018. Like, even though he had a strong second half, I knew he was overachieving the whole time. I knew he wasn't that good, and he imploded in the playoffs, and he hasn't recovered from that since. I mean, maybe he's had a few good games here and there, but overall, he's been hot garbage. Finally, Jacoby Ellsbury is off the table. Finally. Ah, what a relief that contract's about to be up. Well, I actually found a little more positive to talk about in this video than I actually anticipated, as much as there's been a lot of negativity in this video. Bad contract for sure, but at least the Yankees are rich enough for that contract to not stop them from making other big splashes, because if a small market team made that kind of signing, it really would hold them back. Jacoby Ellsbury, I mean, yes, it's not a contract that any of us like by any means. However, at least the Yankees have that kind of money, so it wasn't like the worst thing in the world. With that said, though, as frustrating as this season has been, that is something that I am looking forward to being over with. And this was actually totally unscripted, so was my last video. Let me know what you think, if I should just go unscripted from now on, or if you like my more scripted videos. Let me know what you think, but I'll just tell you, no, I did not enjoy making this video. I'm very pissed off about how the Yankees are doing this year. For them to not even make the playoffs this year when it's 8 teams, that has to be like one of the top 3 lowest moments in franchise history. It's that bad. I really can't wait for next year. That's the end of this video, and hopefully I'll make more happy videos to come. I'll do some NBA playoff coverage. I mean, I'm not B-ball breakdown, so like it's not going to be like covering all the footage or anything, but I'll be talking about the NBA playoffs too. So please remember to like and subscribe, as I'm about to head out and go on to other things for now, because boy has it been frustrating for my Yankees this year.